Hi and welcome to Whisky Shared. You're watching my review of the Firkin 49. I'm Toby and you're watching Whisky Shared. Welcome to my review of the Firkin 49. The Firkin is an independent bottler set up by ex-Diageo's Mike Collins, and the 49 is a Tullibardine single cask, and this particular whisky is named 49 as that is the year that Mike was born. This particular whisky is aged in ex-Amontillado and Oloroso casks. It's from the Tullibardine distillery, as I mentioned, which is a Highland whisky, and it's bottled at 48.9% ABV. This particular whisky retails for around the £75 mark. Should we find out what it tastes like? On to the whisky. So before I start nose and tasting, let's have a quick look at the colour. I'd say that is an Amontillado shade, and I do believe it is natural colour. Let's start with the nose. Right, so the first thing I get with this is it's quite yeasty. There's a sort of umami note in there. And then you get the sort of sherry come through. There's like sherry dark fruits. Quite sort of like juicy. Like raisins and sultanas. There's some dark chocolate in there as well. There's some almonds. I'm also getting some malted cereal. And there's also like a biscuit note. Let's move on to the palate. Yeah, so that yeasty note on this is quite prevalent. It's as noticeable on the palate as it is on the nose. It's not unpleasant, but having very little experience with Tullibardine, having not owned one before, I don't know if this is sort of a typical note that you'd find in Tullibardine. There's a little bit of heat, a little bit of sort of chili pepper that comes with it at 48.9%. I would say it's reasonably hot for its ABV. Let's have another sip. Yeah, it's quite oily. It coats the mouth well. I'm getting a little bit of chocolate. I'm getting a little bit of soft red fruits. And I'd say it's also a little jammy. It's, yeah, the fruitiness is quite nice, but that slightly creamy chocolate note, I think, complements it quite well. Let's have one final sip. Yeah, so the only other note that I get with this is a sort of slightly cereal like oatcake note, slightly savoury, not sweet, and yeah, that sort of umami note that I got with the yeastiness at the start really does complement that as well. In terms of finish, I'd say there's a medium length finish. There's some dry wood, there's heat, there's pepper, there's like a raspberry jam, and I'd also say there's a slightly sort of cinnamon note in there as well. In terms of value, well, I paid £62, I think it was £69 at the time, and there was money off. It retails for the £75 mark now, so it's gone up slightly, and yeah, I don't know if the flavour profile of this is indicative of a Tullibardine. Obviously it's been aged in some different sherry casks as well, so that will inevitably push the price up, and it could be that the stocks that they've got these days is, you know, pushing those prices up as expected. But this particular whiskey, although it's not unpleasant, that yeasty note can be a little bit too much for me, a little bit overbearing at times. So this isn't a dram I reach for too often. I have to be in the mood for it, and when I am, quite happily have several glasses of it. So it is a dram that I'll continue to drink, but it isn't a dram that I often reach for. If you've tried the Firkin range, let me know in the comments if there's any particular ones that I should try next. And well, if this sounds up your street, I'll put a link in the description and you can check out the brand further. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.